How many jumps do you have, Heidi?
99.
Oh my God. Didn't realize you were so close.
99?
So close.
Time for the pie.
Setting up a pattern. That's definitely my biggest challenge.
That's the tricky bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will come.
It will. But I noticed that a lot of times when people get to the point where they're comfortable with the topic of pattern, in other words, they can land kind of where they want to in the direction that they want to, and they made those turns. Um, you get to a certain point, it's like good enough, right? And that's where the learning often will stop. And I think it's important to continue thinking about it because even in a perfect scenario, in a no-win day, where all the pattern points could be put together perfectly, it doesn't mean you can do it like that. You still have to adapt to other people in the pattern. You have to adapt to, oh, I was a little late, or I hit a thermal in the middle of it, or it is complex, and I think it's important to just address the base frame scenario. This much wind, this is the shape of my pattern as I choose to design it. But then, what if? What if I'm too high at the beginning of the pattern? What are my options? More than one option.
Do you have an audible,
Yeah,
Heidi?
you've got the Optima now, right?
I have it.
And just it'll give you the 12963 or whatever it's got set up for. I think that particular unit that I sent you only has three. It was before the Quattro came out, which is in response to me writing an article about 4-point pattern. And the Danes were like, maybe we should make a new device that has 4 points instead of three.
Oh, this where you start on the target and you square out.
Yeah, yeah, or
Yes.
either
Okay.
on the target or upwind of the target when there's wind, right? That technique, it requires a bit of motivation to get to that first point because you're so high up. You're like, whatever, la di da di da. No, you got to get out of la di da mode and get yourself strict. Strict about where you are prior to the 1,200-foot mark. you know and you get there, utilizing the winds. You stay upwind of it so you can get there quickly. What your answers are. If you're a little too far away, maybe you get on those rear risers. You're a little too close to it, you got to get rid of a little altitude. Maybe you do a little sachet or your front riser, right? um, but if you get that first point, you have an extremely good chance of being in the vicinity of I'm on final approach and I don't have to change very much at all to get a dead center.
Audible helps.
Agreed.
You just develop the picture before you jump how your landing pattern is gonna look like.
I think it's the most important thing is to know what your parachute wants to do. Like its direction of motion through the sky and how far that's going to get you. You have to be able to utilize that information to construct the size of your pattern relative. Here's the center of the target. Where should I begin based on where the canopy wants to go so that you're not forcing, the canopy to go steeper because it actually wants to glide further than you've allowed it to because you started too close to the target, right? Or the opposite. But usually that's the case. Is underestimating the glide of your parachute. That seems to be the case in terms of the true glide ratio. And then when it comes to windy days, people screw it up the other way and they go too far from the target downwind and they can't get back because they're overestimating the glide ratio of the parachute. Um,
But its wind is pretty strong in at the Midwest, right?
It can be.
it can't, I mean, it's Wisconsin's, all over the map, just like
Yeah.
Missouri
It's right
is.
on Lake Michigan, so there's a lot of wind right off the lake.
Makes you a better canopy pilot. Challenge is great for that. Yeah. I mean, certainly when the time comes, getting on a 170 is going to give you a little bit more speed, but there's no rush.
Oh, that's ideal. I've flown a 170 and I did fantastically on it.
Yeah.
But a 190 is the smallest that Midwest has for rent. So
Well, all right.
that's what
Well,
I
we're
got.
going to have to find you a 170 that's good.
Yeah.
Somewhere in somebody's closet, is the perfect parachute for you that they're just not using. You know, here's a true story. So a friend of mine got his D license. They told him what his D license number was, right? And then he went out and he got a tattoo with the D license number, as you know, some people will. Well, his friends contacted USPA and said, could you send a membership card with his name on it with the D license number 1 digit different from his actual license so that he could get that and go, oh no, my tattoo is wrong.
That's a good joke.
It's a good joke, right?
That's awesome.
Yep. True story. Skydivers are funny people.
That's a good joke.
It's a good joke, right?
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, it allows you to be a little more flexible. The rigid tree is the one that comes down in the storm.
Yeah.
He did a great job of keeping us near the airport.
It's nice with the wind and the flag.
Yep, I'm going around one more time.
Okay. Now we're going around.
Wow.
The feel of sun warm pebbles swishing with the water beat. Sailed across an ocean that sparkled in the sun. Made me in a brilliant gold when every day was done. Still through the window, back to the days gone by. Paper napkin wipes a teardrop from my eye. Through my life I've seen so many wonderful things. Memories that soothe my soul and memories that stay. Climb the top of a mountain and survey the vast expanse. See the people running round a great colony of ants. Distant noises carry on, rushing in their frantic pace. Seat relaxed upon a rock, making notes about the race. Step through the window, back to the days gone by. Paper napkin wipes a teardrop from my eye. Through my life I've seen so many wonderful things.
Nice. Oh. Yes. That was perfect. Yeah, it's true. It's a little dynamic. You know, when he does the 180, I think it makes sense to just switch sides. It's easier. Oh. Yeah, the first few I tried to stay on my side, but you gotta like anticipate, charge it up, go to the rears and carve it. But oh, so beautiful. Nice. Yeah. Oh, Tech, thank you. Oh. Awesome.
Nice.
Wow,
Well
nice.
done.
Isn't that beautiful with the sunset?
Oh,
Midsummer?
the view is going to be, yeah, there was several times where the flag was just lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midsummer night in Norway.
Yeah.
Grenland Boating Club.